Look, I started without a pot to piss, so miss me with the excuses. A man or a woman moves in the direction that he or she chooses. I fell in love with the process as if I was
what's
struck
going
by
on?
Cupid.
It's your boy KMoE. Look, my new project, Just Live, just came out. Please take some time out of your busy schedule and go take a listen. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. But hopefully you like it. This purpose of this video here today is I just really wanted to kind of just get on here and let you know just a little bit more about the project, how it came about, some of the thoughts behind it. So let's get into it. So Just Live is two songs. First song is Live, Learn, Grow, also acronymed as L.L.G. And the second song is the title track song, Just Live. So going into some of the thoughts behind L.L.G. first, that track was produced by King Micah the Infamous. He's a rapper producer based out of Detroit, and I'm not quite remember exactly when we linked up, but essentially through some conversation, you know, and just supporting each other's work, he sent over the track. Thought that I would, you know, be able to make something nice over it. So I appreciate him looking out for that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, he sent the track over, and when he sent it over, it was titled Dilla Vibes 2. Now, this might sound a little blasphemous, but at the time that he sent it over, I knew about Dilla, but even to, you know, I'm still really getting abreast of his full catalog. Obviously, I know some of the work that he's done with Slum Village and all of that. But when I was coming up, when I was really, like, first started rapping, you know, and really kind of taking it serious, middle school, high school, the type of music that I listened to from Detroit really was more Blade Icewood, Cheddar Boys, Big Hurt, you know, like that kind of vibe, right? As well as whatever was on mainstream at the time. So I didn't, at that time, you know, I wasn't buying Source magazines or any of that, you know what I mean? I really didn't have the paper to kind of do all that. You know, I wasn't like a poor kid or broke kid or any of that. It's just that the money I did have, I wasn't buying, you know, magazines with it. So nonetheless, kind of a tangent. He sent the track over, Dilla Vibe. So as you can tell when you listen to the track, it has like, obviously it has the boom bap elements, but it's kind of smooth, right? Laid back. I love those kind of beats personally. Those are like just something that like those type of beats fit my personality like to a T. So pretty much when I heard the track, my writing process typically is to just listen to the track and I let the vibe of the track inspire the lyrics. And I usually go straight into writing my verses first, and then coming up with hooks later. Every so often I might try to, depending on the arrangement of the track, I might do things differently, but that's generally the approach that I take. So with L.L.G, you know, I spent some time just sitting right here in this room here, played the track, and usually I try, like when I hear a track and I like it, I try not to hear it too many times before I start writing. I want to try to get right into the writing part of it so that I can capture, you know, a lot of the spontaneousness of just kind of getting to know the track. So nonetheless, I listened to it, and the vibe that I got from it obviously was laid back, but I wanted to do something kind of fun, but more so kind of expressing my lyrical ability, right? And this isn't like a super punchliney song or anything like that, but because of how just the vibe of it, how it's kind of laid back, I wanted to do something where it was just kind of like some slick talking, right? I'm not really big into like bravado rap. It's not really my vibe, just mainly because it's not really where I'm at in my life right now. But listening to that song, listening to the beat, you know, I just kind of felt the vibe, and that's kind of where it took me, right? So if I wanted to just point out maybe like the line in or a couple lines that I really like the most, is one of which was let's see here, hold on, let me go to my notes. So I can make sure that I tell you the right one. Hold on. All right, so yeah, so in the song I mentioned, I come across this line, I'm the intersection where message, rhythm, and flow collided, right? So that line is one of my favorites, mainly because I think it harnesses really what I'm trying to do as an artist. You know what I mean? Message is probably the most important thing to me in a record. And most of my style is message based. If you listen to any of the songs that I put out this far, they all have a message, right? And lyrics are very core to just what I've the influences that I've had. So message and lyrics are like, if you look at some of my main influences, the Tupacs, Ice Cube, Royce, these are people that are artists that really was able to convey a message and have extreme lyrical ability. So those are usually the two things that come out first for me. But at the same time, like I said, I am influenced by some of the mainstream rap as I was coming up through high school and really in college a little bit. So, and at the same time, you want to evolve. I've heard a lot of the narrative of, right when what they classified as mumble rap and all of that. You know what I mean? Some people didn't really evolve with the time, and you can do that. So the rhythm and flow portion of it, obviously you want to have rhythm and flow on any track that you have. Any artist wants or rapper wants to have rhythm and flow, but really what I try to do is massage that message and lyrics and massage that in with some of the contemporary sounds that you have, and just really like just a vibe, right? Just a vibe. So I try to put all that together, so that's why that line really kind of means a lot to me. The other line is, let's see here, hold on, there's one more line that I like there. All right, it says, never could afford gold and diamond studded links, so the chakra bracelet on my wrist is all I'll ever need, right? So that also is an important line for me, mainly because that just, again, kind of defines my character, right? And it's not that I don't appreciate nice things or fine things, or that I would never get like gold and diamond studded links. I'm at a point where I actually could buy some if I wanted it, but like that's really not where I'm at. There's other goals financially and whatever and whatnot that are more important. So for me, that just kind of rounds up, like, I don't need those things to define who I am. I know usually when you look at a rapper, it's just a certain image and all of that you got to try to uphold. Fake it till you make it and all that. And I'm really just trying to be the authentic me. I'm a young man that loves music. I've been doing this for a while. I'm doing it just for the love of it. Obviously, if it becomes more than that, and that's what I'm trying to push to do, but like, I don't need the material things to be able to define what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And then the other side of that is, I'm especially recently, I've had a couple epiphanies in my life that really helped me grow as a man, and some defining moments, and we all have these moments, right? But one of which that I've been coming into within the last probably 5 years or so, as I dive deeper into my spirituality, is meditation and the effects of meditation and the benefits and of aligning your chakras and cleansing your chakras. Now, I'm not gonna get too all into that now, but that's a big part of who I am, and those close to me know that. So that line there also is a good culmination of what I am as a person and as an artist, what I try to bring. So yeah, that's pretty much the dive behind Live, Learn, Grow. Moving into Just Live, that track was produced by East Atlanta Ant, so shout out to him. He's also a rapper producer as well, from Atlanta, but I think he now resides in California. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Ant. But yeah, man, he's another very good artist that I like the work that he does. He's lyrical. He kind of gives me like a old school, not old school, I don't want to say like that, but like a outcasty type vibe. But that's the vibe, but he got his own like sauce, you know what I mean? So his music is very, in my opinion, there's nothing else that sounds like his music. He definitely has carved out a nice sound for himself. So check him out too. That's East Atlanta Ant. He produced the track Just Live. So again, he sent that track over, so kind of in the same fashion that it was with King Micah, same kind of situation where, he sent the track over. Hey, you like this? If you like this, gonna hop on it, whatever. So, I got it. I got both of those records about the same time. So, that's why they kind of have like a similar vibe, similar feel, and that's one of the reasons why I put them out together, right? Because they just, I feel like they complement each other real well. Yeah. So moving into to Just Live, kind of a similar, like again, similar writing approach where I just kind of heard the beat, vibed with it a little bit, and then dived right into writing the lyrics, and then came up with the hook afterwards. Just Live seemed to definitely felt for me more soulful, and it was a song that I wanted to maybe push a message just a little bit more, just based on those the way the piano is in that song. Excuse me. So, as you can obviously tell, Just Live is definitely more message based. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Again, like I said, similar writing technique. I'm not gonna dive too much more into that, but I guess I'll give you a couple lines that really stand out from that song for me, or at least the ones that kind of like dive into who I am a bit. So there's a line where I say, focusing on dinero, at one time men with capes were my heroes. Around the same time I used to read the back of cereal boxes. I love my parents, didn't realize they the heroes I'm watching. So that line there, starting off focusing on dinero, that's what the mind state that I'm in right now, trying to make money, generational wealth. That's what I'm about. It's one of the things that I'm trying to focus on, for my own family, my immediate family, and for those around me, and for hopefully, being able to share some knowledge to be able to get other people to be able to do similar things if they're interested, right? So that's obviously going into that. Back when I was a kid, who didn't like the Supermans, the Batmans, the X-Men, all of that. So like those were, I don't want to say that they were always my heroes, but obviously that was like, you wanted to be them for Halloween and all of that, right? So then as you get older, I'm steady at the time. Obviously you love your parents when you're a kid and all that, but you don't really understand the impact that they have on your life or the sacrifices that they're making. So, as you get older and, you move out and maybe you're not around your parents quite as much as you used to be, or, God forbid you lose a parent, or, you become a parent yourself. It's just like that transformation. You really kind of just get like this aha moment, like, oh man, all of the things that they've done, all of the things that they've taught you, and especially if you're proud to be who you are, which I am. I'm very proud of who I turned out to be, and I know that my parents were influential in that. And so yeah, that's pretty much that sums up that line, and moving in from that line directly after that, I kind of go into speaking about how, now that I'm focusing more on music, and I have kids, children of my own. I got 3 little ones, and it's we'll get into that later. But having kids of my own, specifically like when I'm in here, making music, writing, listening to beats or whatever I'm doing, especially if I got some tunes going. My daughter, man, she comes in, she'll sit on my lap, and or stand off to the side, and she'll just kind of be mocking what I'm doing. So if I'm sitting there in the chair and I'm just, doing this, she doing it. You know what I mean? If I'm dancing and I'm getting hyped, she dancing and getting hyped. And it just means, being a parent, that just means the world. Like, especially for a person like myself that for a long time, and even now I still struggle with this a little bit. Very sensitive about my craft, about my music, about my creation. Like, it means a lot. I put a lot of thought and effort and time into this, and it's one of those things where it's, that's my daughter. I don't know if she really rock with it or not, but she make a brother feel good when she come in here and, she feeling the vibe with her pops. You know what I mean? So yeah, so those are the moments and the elements in the song that I really like. Obviously, there's a lot more in there. I try not to waste bars. That's kind of my thing. Every bar, if you kind of dissect and look at the lyrics of all my songs, I really try to not waste no time, man. You know, time is precious, so I try not to waste no time when it comes to these records and these bars. So that's just a little bit of a deep dive behind Just Live. It's out now on all streaming platforms. Hopefully thinking about shooting a video to one or if not both of those songs. We'll see how that goes. It's time and resources are limited right now. Not necessarily resources, but mainly time, man. You know, but I'm not gonna make no excuses like the song says, right? So we're gonna push forward and do the best we can. So that was just my little deep dive behind my new project, Just Live. Please go check it out, listen to it, tell your friends about it. You know what I mean? Share it with your loved ones if you like it. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out, and I'll let y'all next time. One, peace and love. Yard.
Look, they say more money, more problems, but I ain't there yet. Too many complain, say it ain't fair. Quick, think of a time where hard work didn't pay off, but you couldn't maintain, so you was